Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Tolling of highways begins. FEC approves 758 billion naira for pension arrears. First Lady lifts victims of Niger tanker explosion with 100 million naira.
Good.
UNICEF to military. Include protocol in training curriculum. SEC regulates capital market with technology. NIMET alert Lagos Ogun Delta rivers on mid-year flood. And clearing agents reject 4% levy on imported cargoes by customs. Okay, which story are we starting with in the nation?
Let me start with the major headline. The reintroduction of tolling on some selected expressways kicked off yesterday on the Abuja, Kefi, Akwanga, Lafia, Makadi highway. The 227.2-kilometer road is among the 9 expressways scheduled for tolling by the federal government. It was rehabilitated through a preferential credit loan from the China Exim Bank. So other roads listed for tolling include the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Second Niger Bridge, Abuja-Kano Road, and Makadi 9th Mile. The Minister of Works says that the toll order for the roads has already been gazetted, and according to him, saloon cars will pay 500, sports utility vehicles and jeeps will pay 800 naira, minibuses 1,000 naira, and multi-axle articulated vehicles 1,600. Frequent road users like commercial light vehicles as defined under the Federal Highway Act will enjoy a 50% discount. Then authorized bicycles, pedal cycles, tricycles, motorcycles, and other modes of 2- or 3-wheel transport used by mainly disadvantaged populations will be offered 100% discount. I don't know why I didn't like the way that sounded. And they said that the reason for this, whatever is taken, will be used for the repayment of the loan. And this was something that was in the contract, even long before he became minister, and so that's what they're going to do. So
let me take the First Lady's story. So the First Lady of our nation, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, yesterday donated 100 million naira to the families of 70 victims of the oil tanker explosion that happened in Niger State. If you recall, it happened on January 18th at Suleja. Speaking at the Niger State Government House in Minna, Senator Tinubu, said she donated the money to alleviate the sufferings of the victims' families so that they don't feel so much of the impact of the disaster. According to her, they usually write condolence letters to the governor each time they are aware, but this time around she just felt that it was important for them to add some money into that. So 100 million naira to rehabilitate the families. They're looking at 70 families, of which they'll give $1 million naira each, and the balance will be shared amongst them to help them to get other expenses, food items, housing and stuff like that, just to get them to ease the impact of the disaster that happened.
Fantastic. Okay, so I have the UNICEF story. They said the UNICEF urged military authorities to include the global agency's protocol in their training programs. They said the document tagged implementation plan for handover protocol for children encountered in the course of armed conflict in Nigeria and the Lake Chad Basin region. They said this document highlights issues that concern the protection of children on the basis of international human rights law. And they said this will ensure that the document will ensure the protection of the children and those impacted by military operations. They said most times when there's a conflict, the kids that are in their custody, they are trying to make sure that at least they release them within a week, max 2 days, 3 days to UNICEF. Usually the military will hold on to them for a very long time, say 2 weeks, but now they are urging and asking them that they should please release them within 2 to 3 days. So and they said that they said they shouldn't take so long, just like I said, and they said no child should stay more than a week from the time of encounter.
Okay, so I'm taking the customs story. The clearing agents have rejected the 4% levy on imported cargoes. They said that the Nigerian Customs Service, they were not carried along. They felt that according to the law, let me quoting the former national president of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Custom Agents, Kayode Farintu, he said he didn't hear of anything of anybody going on strike, but that they should have informed them upfront, that the Customs Act 2023 required proper notification before any change will take effect. But they're implementing that change right now. According to that's why there's this report that they've changed the exchange rate from 952 naira to $1 to 1,356 per dollar, which is significant increase on the cost of cargo clearance. And there is a 4% duty that is also going to be implemented. So he said when the National Assembly had this conversation before it was passed into law, but none of the agents who are going to be involved were carried along. Then they signed it into law, and the custom is saying, it's signed into law, so we're going to implement it. And it's like, we did not, you did not pre-inform us. Many of us already have cargo that is already on ground, and we already had a budget of what was going to cost us. And now this change in price would be affecting it, that they would really, the hike rate would cause huge burden, which would ultimately make a lot of importers and consumers will be the one to carry the burden, and it might cause failure in their businesses, and that they are not, the agents are not the one going to carry the cost. The people that they are going to be made to pay, some of them already paid in advance for the goods, and now they will not have to go back and meet them.
Okay.
Policies shall need to have a proper implementation period so that it will not cause burden on people.
Next paper is The Punch. Marketers may dump NNPCL as price war with Dangote rages on. Democratic Republic of Congo soldiers, rebels clash, death toll hit over 900.
Wow.
Gunmen kidnap 7 Ondo travelers and 27 suspects arrested. Police arraign suspended Ogumonarch and hunt accomplices. Death toll rises to 15 in Ebonyi. Community headsmen killing. Tax reform. Reps set for fresh debate. Hold closed-door sessions. Lagos Assembly may write Tinubu over Obasa, says GAC members. And government releases power tariff hike guidelines for discos. Let's take one story for the break. Who has a story?
Okay, the death toll in the invasion of Amagu and 2 other villages in Nkalaha community in Ishielu local government area of Ebonyi State by suspected Fulani herdsmen has risen to 15, they say, while many people are still missing in the area. So Tuesday, suspected armed herdsmen had on Sunday morning, invaded the community, killing 10 people and burning houses. But then they're finding out, after then, that more dead bodies were found in the bushes, and there's still so many people missing. They're alleging that these are Fulani headsmen that attacked the community. The deputy governor of the state visited the community, and she's given an ultimatum to the security agencies. She's given them a 24-hour ultimatum to fish out all the suspected killers. And she says no government is happy to see their citizens being killed in a bloody manner. This is a horrific scene to behold. If you look at those corpses, they are younger. They are the younger generation that we lost. This is truly a sad occurrence. The North is constantly dealing with things like that. I just hope that we're able to figure this thing out. I don't know why it takes so long to be able to catch them, how they're able to go to these communities, commit the atrocities, and still leave without anyone being able to identify or arrest them.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our paper review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.